What's going on, y'all? Harry from Harry the Horse BBQ here, and in this one, I'm not horsing around with this Weber Kettle pork belly. We're gonna season up this belly in a Texas style with a little bit of a twist, smoke it off on the Weber Kettle to render fat and build an amazing dark bark, and then we'll slice on into a super easy Texas pork belly. Looking for some effortless pork belly? Well, the horse has got your back. Let's get it.
Harry the Horse BBQ.
Now, if you're looking to make a smoked pork belly with ease, then let's put the pedal to the metal and smoke one on the Weber Kettle. Once pork belly has been smoked super low and slow, it becomes juicy, fall apart tender, and takes on that super classic Texas style bark. Pork belly is notoriously one of the easiest cuts to smoke up because it's so fatty, it's really hard to mess it up. So in order to smoke this belly, we gotta go shopping for a pork belly. Let's hold on a minute. Before we go and do that, I gotta apologize about the audio you're about to hear moving forward. Some of it got messed up, so I'll be doing a quick little voiceover. So just hang on with me, the audio gets better and the pork belly comes out freaking ridiculous. So now, let's go shopping for that belly. That's a pork belly. Honestly, I never pick up pork bellies anywhere else other than from my guys over at Marbled Meat Shop. Let's stop horsing around and get this belly out of the pack. Yes, I'm supplementing the noises. A little spin and we'll drop it down, and we will then reveal what is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful center cut portions of a pork belly that I've ever seen. It is fatty, it is meaty, and the color of this pork is just absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna be seasoning up this pork belly just like I did in my Better Brisket Bark video. So if you haven't seen that one, go check it out, but it starts with a tacky layer of mustard because we're gonna need this coarse butcher style black pepper to stick. This is the aforementioned pepper, super coarse, which is gonna add texture to this pork belly. And that's what I think pork belly is missing. It needs texture because it can be so gosh darn fatty. This is gonna help the bark formation and make a super crisp and crunchy bark. Then we fill in those gaps with some homemade SPG. This particular batch of homemade SPG is 1 part Diamond Crystal Kosher salt to 1 part 16 mesh black pepper, slightly different than most. And it's got about a 1/2 part of granulated garlic in there. But as you can see, this SPG fills in all the gaps, all the cracks, and is gonna help flavor, season, and build that bark. Looks decent to me. Give her a flip around. Gently, I might add. More Mostardo. Massage that belly, baby. And we back at it with more pepper. I mean, doesn't that just look beautiful? I think there's something about this coarse black pepper that just makes this look so nice. I'll be breaking out the vacuum after this one. Jeez Louise, this pepper is unpredictable. Press that in, coverage looking good, fill in with that SPG. And I think the pork belly can take the salt. It's gonna really hold on to this black pepper. I mean, pork belly is so versatile. You could do burnt ends, sliced belly, crispy skin belly. But when it comes to just straight up smoking it, this could be my new go-to method. Not too shabby. We got this pork belly packed with all that Central Texas style flavors in there. Great coverage with that SPG. It's gonna add that saltiness, that savoriness, and all that coarse black pepper is gonna really add some crunch and build this heavy coarse bark. But this pork belly's all seasoned up and it's ready for the cooker. So let's go fire up the cooker. A snake nest. Some janky pieces of oak. While the coals are getting hot, let's place the belly on. I'm gonna go the meatier side towards the fire. Something about like that. All right, y'all, the pork belly's on and it's gonna rock on the kettle until it starts to render a ton of fat, start to darken up a little bit and really form that bark. And I'm hoping that these wood chunks will give this belly an amazing smoke flavor. Now I've got the vent on the lid about halfway open. The one vent underneath the coals is about halfway open as well. And the other 2 vents on the bottom are completely closed. It's okay if we cook this belly hot and fast. So I'm gonna run these temps between 275 and 300 degrees Fahrenheit. All that's left to do now is close it down. And with a classic voiceover boom shakalaka, we back away into the basement door. Classic audio mishaps. All right, y'all, we're on the 4-hour mark on this pork belly, and the kettle has been steady at 275 literally the entire time. I don't mind running this belly pretty hot and fast because it's so fatty. We'll just end up rendering more fat and crisping up that bark. But the kettle stopped smoking, so I think it's time to check on this belly, maybe add a few more coals to the bed. Let's check her out. Hold your horses. This belly's looking sweet. It's getting maybe a little too crispy on this edge because we're close to the wall, but right next to the fire, it is looking fantastic. I am so surprised that there's no burning going on here. And look at this crust we're building. I just realized that I forgot to add my seasoned salt lick to this belly, which is all good. This is an OG Texas style, I suppose, but I'm loving this bark, super coarse and crisp. First thing I'm gonna do is cool it off with some apple cider vinegar. This is my first spritz over the last 4 hours or so. Next thing I'm gonna do is rearrange these coals a bit. So I'm just gonna drag all these lit coals to one side. And I don't think this needs too much more fuel. I'm just gonna add a few more coals to the back end here. And I think that'll take us through the rest of the cook. A few more oak wood chunks, right there and right there. Close this back down. One more spritz-a-do. We'll do a quick temp check with my brand new lavender Thermapen one, right in that stall, 4 hours in, right in the 160s. And lastly, we're gonna do a rotation here. Ooh, she's feeling soft. And last, we'll add some more water to the water pan. Hey, yo! I'd say it's a little hot in there, but overall this belly's looking perfect, super dark bark, and who is not gonna love some easy smoked Texas style pork belly sliced up at the end of this? So all we gotta do is close it down, and we're just gonna keep on rocking this belly at about 275 to even 300 degrees. Push through that stall and knock this belly out to the point where it's super juicy, super smoky, and we've built an amazing bark. So if you're down for some super simple belly, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's take you to the next phase of this cook. And after 7 hours on the kettle, this pork belly is hitting about 185 degrees, and this bark is looking ridiculous. Now we gotta wrap her with the foil boat. Super simple, barely an inconvenience. This belly is just shy of 190 degrees, and it just honestly feels incredibly tender. So essentially at this point, I'm gonna pop this into my oven set to about 155 degrees. I'm just gonna let it kind of slowly come down in temperature. So that slow cool down and an overnight rest should do us plenty of justice for this pork belly. I'll see you all in the AM. Well, after a tried and true overnight rest, this pork belly is finally ready to slice into. Let's check out this bad man pajama. Just wrap this in some plastic wrap just to ensure we didn't dry it out. And she is sure smelling smoky. Goodness gracious, she looks like a brisket. That pork belly jiggling like pork belly does. I guess we could top it with a little extra flavor. Tell me you don't want to sink your teeth into that. No resistance whatsoever. That looks great. Goodness gracious. Some of the fat has been yellowed. Got a little smoke penetration in there. What can't that Weber Kettle do? Here's our other half. Oh goodness, look at the glisten on there. Let's start slicing. Look how barked up this is. It's like the burnt end of the pork belly. That is meaty, fatty, super smoky. And the bark on there is perfect. That crunched up, crisped up, heavy bark on there. There is nothing more you could want in a pork belly than this. This pork belly off the Weber Kettle is so good, I just can't stop. One more slice for me. No, seriously, just check out that slice. Beautifully meaty, beautifully fatty, and it's oh so tender. I mean, if you told me this came off an offset, I would probably believe you. It's just got a little hint of that dirty, smoldery smoke flavor, but this bark is unbelievable. When you're picking up a pork belly, I highly recommend going center cut. It's usually the meatiest portion, and we know pork belly can be overwhelming with all of its fat, so the meatier you can find it, the better the end result's gonna be. And this one's not horsing around. Hold your horses. This Texas pork belly is ridiculous, and what can't that Weber Kettle do? Yeah, we got a seriously coarse and crispy bark, perfect fat render throughout this belly, smoked up perfectly. I don't know what else to tell y'all except for stop horsing around and make this already. Too fatty for me to drop this, so I'll just gently lay it. Thank y'all for tuning in to Harry the Horse Barbecue. I really appreciate you checking out this video. Make sure you subscribe for the vibes, hit that like for this belly, and comment down below with your thoughts on this Weber Kettle series. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I'm posting new content, and you can follow me on Instagram at Harry the Horse Barbecue. Tag me so I can see what y'all are cooking because y'all inspire these cooks. And with that being said, there's only one more thing, y'all. This one is going straight to the horse's mouth. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. I'm just gonna take the whole thing and go.